Legend goes that the wife of a miner, some sources say a woodsman, came to Davis lamenting the fact that he often tore the pockets off his work trousers and implored him to find a way to strengthen them. The legend continues that Davis drew inspiration from a horse's saddle that was in his shop. From this saddle, he had the ingenious idea that he could reinforce the pockets and other areas with metal rivets. Annoyingly, the exact details surrounding the invention of the first pair of jeans, as we'd understand them today, will likely never be known, so we're just left with the aforementioned story. But it at the least seems plausible enough that Davis probably got the idea from a customer or customers who were having problems with torn pants, so he came up with a solution. What we do know for sure though is that Davis's riveted work pants were a huge hit with the locals, and that it only took a short while for the demand to greatly outstrip the already meager supply. Realizing that he'd stumbled upon a gold mine potentially more lucrative than the actual gold mine his customers were working in, Davis understandably became very paranoid about someone stealing his idea and sought to patent it. However, despite his short-term success, he didn't have the scratch to do it himself. It cost a whole $68, which is about $3,000 today. So he reached out to a man whose name would eventually become synonymous with the product: Levi Strauss. Strauss, similar to Davis, was a native European, originally hailing from Bavaria, who traveled to the States to try and make his fortune. The pair became acquaintances through Strauss's dry goods store, which supplied Davis with the material he needed to make his riveted pants, among other products. After a brief and poorly spelled letter exchange, "The secret of them pence is the rivets that I put in those pockets. I cannot make them up fast enough. My neighbors are getting jealous of these success." The two men met, and with Strauss's money, they were able to successfully apply for a patent on the riveted pants in 1873. That year, the pair began producing pants on a mass scale. Curiously, when the pair first began, they sold two varieties: the blue kind that you can find in any clothing store today, and a pair made from a fabric not dissimilar from canvas known as duck cotton, which was often used by Davis for making tents and wagon covers. The former proved to be wildly more popular than the latter, and soon became the only kind the company sold. The reason denim proved to be more popular than duck cotton is twofold. Firstly, denim becomes softer as it ages, unlike duck cotton, which would feel like you're wearing a wagon cover, and secondly, because it looked better. Denim jeans were originally dyed blue because indigo dye was cheap and readily available in large quantities in America, but also the dye was dark enough to hide stains. Further, the dye in the small quantity needed per jean, combined with the weave of the denim, wouldn't seep through the denim to the other side. This meant the risk of the dye staining your legs is effectively nil, which is again a desirable quality in a piece of clothing you're going to be getting sweaty in on a daily basis. The fact that the dye only stains the outside of the denim jeans also means that as they age, they gradually fade as the dye is inevitably worn away. This proved to be another highly desirable quality of the garments that is still popular today, with many even preferring to buy pre-faded versions. So how did the world of riveted pants go from being the exclusive domain of cowboys to the go-to fashion for everyone from sweaty hipsters to cool grandparents? Well, that's down to a multitude of factors. The first and probably the biggest thing to happen to the world of riveted pants was the expiration of Levi's patent in 1908, which gave the opportunity for dozens of imitations to flood the market with knockoffs. The second thing was likely the romanticization of the cowboy lifestyle. While the deeply entrenched association with manual laborers and rural people initially turned more affluent people off the idea of wearing denim jeans, as time passed, the allure of wearing something so quintessentially American began to take hold, culminating in the dude ranch craze of the 1930s, with people paying good money to experience the traditional cowboy lifestyle, jeans and all. A third thing that helped denim jeans become popular, particularly overseas, was their popularity with servicemen in the 1940s and 1950s, who often liked to wear them when they were off duty. A fourth thing that made the garment popular with the younger generation was the release of films like Rebel Without a Cause and The Wild One, in which the protagonists wore jeans as a way of rebelling against societal expectations. After the release of these films in the 1950s, demand for jeans exploded amongst like-minded youths. The demand continued through the 1960s and 70s, where jeans were picked up by almost every youth counterculture movement that sprung